Get out of here,
Happy
Craig.
Happy birthday, Kit. Wow. He's sentient.
All right.
That would be creepy. Craig Nail.
What? I don't know what's happening.
I'm playing Bill singing "Someone's Got a Birthday." I wonder who on repeat for Kit.
Oh. It was like cutting out in the beginning, so all I heard was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
Yeah, just heard like, hey, it's like, what the fuck is that?
I look forward to Craig not picking that up at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone's gonna be real confused.
Hopefully that picked up for the recording. If not, who cares?
We'll
It's
find
Kit's
out.
birthday.
Yeah.
We're gonna take Kit to Dome 4.
Yep,
Yeah.
A movie
where I've always wanted to go.
A movie with no tagline. Because who gives a shit? This movie is boring as fuck. Welcome to I Be Suffer.
Yeah. I feel like this is like on par with Stalked by My Amish Boyfriend, where like
no, that movie rocked.
Well, no, where it like starts out with something absolutely insane that the rest of the movie just cannot ever live up to. So
they should have called it Bad Die Hard.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Space
Die Hard in Space.
Well, I feel
I'd
like
be
that
more
would
excited
imply...
to watch it if it was called Bad Die Hard, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like Die Hard in Space would imply that it was actually good, and it's not.
Yeah.
So.
It's like that joke in Wayne's World when Wayne asks who's playing, and he says it's the shitty Beatles. He's like, "Oh, are they any good?" Like, they suck.
Would you be surprised to know this is a Sci-Fi Channel movie?
Oh.
No.
This is episode 390 of I Be Suffer. I'm Dome 3.
I'm Dome 2.
I'm Dome 5. That has been abandoned and my lights are flickering. So we'll find
out. Jack Nance in this movie is credited as Mello, Dome 4 old timer.
Yeah, he's who I refer to as the hacker, which is like not accurate at all, but
imagine being in fucking Eraserhead and Assault on Dome 4.
I will say that about 15 minutes into this movie, I was like, fuck it, and just started packing and not even really paying attention.
I mean, you don't really need to know what's going on.
Periodically, I would look up and I was like, all right, Bruce Campbell's still doing his thing. I don't know what the fuck's happening, except that I guess he's holding this place fucking hostage.
Yeah, essentially.
Pretty bad. Gotta say, real boring.
Yeah, it's not good.
I assume Katie has half a page of notes.
I actually have 2 pages, but I do write kind of big, so
there's like 2 words on each page. This movie is bad.
Hacker's yelling again.
How does it have a 2.9 on Letterboxd? What the fuck?
I don't know, because most of the ratings are... I guess most of the ratings are 2 stars, so I guess that makes sense.
I feel like 2 stars, like a standard pity rating. Like, most people are like, well, this was really bad, but it was a movie, so 2 stars.
I gave it 1.5, and all of that is just because Bruce Campbell is just playing Bruce Campbell, the bad guy.
Yeah.
And, I'm here for that. Everything else in this was so boring.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Well, we can just jump right in here.
There's a lot of people credited as goon in this movie.
Yeah, there were a plethora of goons, I will say.
Not a single person jerking off. You're going to name all these people goon. All right, Katie's. I was waiting for Katie to be like, oops, my weather went out. Goodbye.
Yeah. See you later.
My internet cut out immediately. Yep. Sorry, can't hear you.
Yeah, we could just dive into it because this is
okay.
This is barely worth talking about. We picked we should have picked Oz the Great and
Listen.
Powerful.
Don't put this on us. You picked it.
No, I know, but don't tell me that like that movie poster looks better than 90% of the other shit
No,
on
yeah.
his filmography. I was like, hell yeah, Bruce Campbell, like I assumed was playing like the good guy that was going to be like stopping whatever
Yeah.
this assault was.
I will say
Like,
that was surprising to
Nope,
me
he's
that
the
he wasn't.
assaulter.
like
Literally, actually.
if you did Assault on Precinct 13, but it's just in space, I'm so in. I don't know
Yeah.
how they fucked this up so bad.
I don't know. But we're gonna talk about it. I do feel
Unfortunately.
yeah, I do feel like we would actually be chart topping right now if people could hear our soundboard. So
we could fucking Craig would record it. We'd be taking out Joe Rogan right now.
literally, Craig, you're stopping us from taking him down. Thanks a lot. Okay. So I also pretty much know nobody's name. But that's fine.
I mean, we've
So- I think
been
they're all
calling him
domers.
Bruce. We've been calling him Bruce Campbell
Domers
for
and
like
goons.
5 episodes. Yeah, just
Oh,
refer to them as.
He's still Goon. I mean, he's still Bruce.
Yeah,
He's still
Goon Campbell.
I'm pretty sure. Like, this is the thing though. Like, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 people that have like names in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like PC7, Warden on Mars, Security Council member, Dome
Steve.
4 Administrator, Peacekeepers 1 and 2, Goon
Yeah.
number 1, 2, and 3.
It's like Commander of the United States or whatever. So I refer to anybody that was on Earth as just Earth, no matter who it was. And Bruce Campbell's Bruce Campbell, the main guy who is like, so essentially this movie is about, yeah, like we said, it's space Die Hard, but it's told from somebody who did the Die Harding and was like is on trial for it for some reason. So it's being told to us as something that happened into the past. So it's like showing us what happened, but then it'll cut back to this guy who was called a peacekeeper, who like he's a cop. I like essentially, and he is on trial for a bunch of crimes, and so he is like relaying the story to us. So sometimes it's him talking to like a jury counsel, and sometimes it's like actual them watching it. So Peacekeeper is what I called him. I was surprised because at first I thought that this was going to be Bruce Campbell, but it's just some guy. And he's being interrogated for breaking like the chain of command, for endangering civilians, etc., like all of this like space crime stuff. Right. So they're like, how do you plead? Essentially. And he's like, I did what I had to do. And it's essentially telling them that they suck, which they do, because like towards the end of the movie we'll figure out like how they were going to like deal with the situation. And he did do what he needed to do, even though ACAB, you know?
Yeah.
So he basically tells us that it all started with Bruce Campbell. And so now we're seeing like we're on space. It's like a space prison, and Bruce Campbell's a prisoner. He's being transported. He's landed on Mars. Welcome to Mars. The warden is like reading him his list of crimes that he is getting put into prison for, and he's, going to prison for life, no parole, etc. And he's basically talking about how it's such a shame because like he had so much promise, he could have been a good leader, blah blah blah. And Bruce is basically just like, listen, I'm an artist, I'm underappreciated, and actually I'm a nice guy. That was the red flag for me. I was like, oh, he's the bad guy, because like you don't say you're a nice guy if you're actually a nice guy. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the warden
Most of us aren't nice.
Well, right. Ooh, the tree outside my window is like sideways.
It's probably fine.
Normal.
I think it is. I think it's great. Bruce. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the warden's like, hey, these are the rules of the prison. Ooh, this is actually concerning to me a little bit. Sorry. He's like, walk on the yellow line, don't talk to the guards, don't do this, don't do that, whatever. And Bruce is like, oh, yeah, sure. One question though, is spitting permitted? And I was like, ew, what? And he goes, no. And he goes, okay, he says something like rules are rules. Then Bruce spits this like little green tube out of his mouth at the warden, and the warden explodes.
This
And
is
I was
the
like,
only good part of the movie.
that's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
it's such false hope because it opens up so sick.
yeah,
Just
the rest,
immediate explosion.
like, he spit a bomb at this guy, and everybody explodes except him. And I was like, oh, I don't know why Nathan thinks this movie isn't good, but that's it. That's the movie. Like, you can just turn it off, and there it is.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Damn, cool prison escape."
Literally, like, great. Because you know what doesn't happen in Die Hard? He doesn't spit a bomb at somebody and explode them during
Well, that's
during casual conversation.
that's unfortunate though.
Yeah.
It's a deleted scene of Hans Gruber spitting a bomb at someone.
Okay, so those guys are dead via mouth bomb, and he.
I'm changing my mind. This movie rocks.
No, this is the only good part though. Is like the sad thing. So then he like unlocks his shackles by picking up a key ring with his mouth, and then like unlocking his self with his mouth, which is like strange. And then he gets a gun. He basically breaks into the prison that he was like getting put into so that he could release his crew members that had been like arrested. Then he, off camera granted, but cuts off a guard's hand so that he can use it on the wall scanners to like open all the cells, which again, pretty sick.
I do feel like this movie, if it was not a TV movie, could have been like kind of good.
Maybe.
Like if you took this premise and just made it like a little more bloody, I think I would have been more interested. But like having it where it's like bloodless, like I don't know, it's just like it makes it so much less interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like if that guy had gotten like spit on and then blown up and he just like threw gore everywhere, I'm in.
Oh. Yeah.
We need more people getting blown up by mouth bombs, but like really blown up, not just like cutting away.
Yeah. We're now under a tornado warning, and the tree across the street from us literally just fell over. I
Oh,
sent you
that's
guys
not
a
good.
picture.
I don't think trees
Okay.
are supposed to do that.
No, actually.
His
They
tummy
do
felt
some.
bad.
Oh,
He just needs to take a nap.
Yeah.
you guys. He's like, you guys, I'm so tired. I've been standing up for decades. I just need a little
I
nap.
just want to lay down.
I can't take
Yeah.
life anymore.
That looks fine. I think he'll get back up when it stops raining.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Those people are so lucky it fell literally right next to the
Yeah.
house. It was just
Yes.
like
Didn't blow the other way.
yeah. Okay, so yes. Then there's gun stuff, and essentially they all escape onto a spaceship. Let's see.
Just typical gun stuff.
You know how
Yeah.
it is.
That
Just
could be
little gun stuff.
anything. That could just be showing a gun. It could be fucking Videodrome. You guys figure it out.
Yeah, it could be right. Use your imagination. This is
We're just kind of casually going by like somebody putting a fucking weird flesh gun in their fucking stomach
Ew.
vagina. Like
No, thank you.
just gun stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Just gun, it's a choose your own adventure. Whatever gun stuff you want.
Choose your own gun stuff.
Yep. Okay, so Bruce gives a monologue to the crew about basically like a renaissance that they're doing, you know how it is. And essentially the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to stop at this starter colony, which is called Dome 4, and they're going to pillage it because he thinks that they're using all of their resources in a silly way, which is that they're trying to save lives. And like, aren't there enough
Stupid.
people? Why are we bothering with that? Like, let's have
Yeah.
fun instead. That's what
We all know space is just filled with people.
Yeah. So meanwhile, like while this is happening, the peacekeeper guy from the beginning, this was actually such a weird coincidence too, because he basically goes to Dome 4 where his wife is a scientist and he goes there to surprise her because it's her birthday. I was like, "Oh, this is a birthday movie, so perfect timing." Um, I'm confused by this because he arrives on Dome 4 and is immediately attacked by some prisoners, and I was like, "Do you have to walk through the prison to, like, get to the colony? Because that seems like a bad setup to me."
Meh. I feel like that should be how every place is.
Just, like, vet you, see if it's, like see if you're worthy
Yeah, you just have to walk
get onto the
like, none of them actually hold anything, it's just empty cells.
co
But, you know.
But he's, like,
Or,
attacked.
hear me out.
Okay.
We fill them with the fucking politicians.
Well, there you go.
Walk by Marco Rubio in a prison cell. Go into the fucking cafeteria.
It'd be pretty scary to me, honestly. A lot of them are very scary looking.
Wearing his fucking shoes that don't fit.
Yep. So he's attacked by some prisoners who are, like, related to people that he peacekeeped. I don't know, but the important thing about this encounter is that he steals a switchblade from somebody that he then comes in clutch later. Okay, Bruce and the crew arrive at Dome 4 also. It is violent. He is like shooting, killing, you know how he
Shooting
do.
mouth bombs at everybody.
Yeah.
I wish.
The way
Could you
Bruce likes to
imagine
do.
if
He's
that
constantly spitting.
Yeah,
That'd
just
be
like
awesome if there was no explanation. He just like spits and people explode.
I think actually that would have been really cool.
Yeah, we could have made this movie so much better by just that decision.
Yeah, honestly. And so of course Bruce immediately takes the peacekeeper guy's wife hostage. And continues to harass her the entire movie.
Yeah, it's
Um,
upsetting.
it's not great. The peacekeeper like sneaks around. This is like when the Die Hard stuff starts happening because like immediately when he gets there, he's like sneakily peering around a corner and he sees Bruce and all of the rebels, for lack of a better word, and his wife. And so he's like, "Oh, I have to be sneaky about this." So he immediately gets in the mare ducks. He's like, "I've seen Die Hard. I know how to do this. Don't worry."
First, I gotta go step on a bunch of glass.
Yes. Um.
Start
So
screaming Hans, you know?
Oh, it'd be so fucking funny if, like, seriously, like, if you're gonna make a movie like this, just be like, "Well, I've seen Die Hard, so I know what to do here," and then just play out Die Hard, but in space.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Um. With Bruce Campbell, like, how did you mess that up? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Call the other guy Booby.
Okay, so peacekeeper guy is sneaking around. He stumbles upon what I called an old hacker guy. He's definitely not a hacker, but like while this Dome 4 whole colony is being like taken over and held hostage by Bruce and the gang, this like old surfer guy like never is discovered. He's just chilling in his basement with like the oldest future quote unquote futuristic computer that exists in like a tie-dye shirt and he never gets found out. So I'm like, I'm not really sure like what his role is, but he basically is like, "Hey, I need the blueprints to this colony. Like I need to know where to go." And the guy was like, "Yes. However, give me your baseball cap." And the guy's like, "All right, here you go."
I'm assuming
Uh
his role is they needed 10 more minutes to hit 80 minutes.
You know what? And it's fine. I liked him. He yelled a lot, which I found very funny. In this case,
For
yelling was
once.
funny to me.
For
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, it has to be like an old surfer guy, and it was funny to me. Um, okay, so then there's like this scene where there's like a rebel guy who's like singing a lot, and the peacekeeper fights him and then ends up killing him and stealing his stuff. Um, the peacekeeper, manages to send a stress call like to the Earth, and he's like, "Hey, some wacky shit's going on up here," and Earth is just like, just like calm down. It's probably fine."
Like, what else is new?
Yeah, basically they realize that all of the resources that are on this planet probably means that Bruce wants to build a bomb, which considering as he's spitting bombs out of his mouth, like pretty good guess, I would
Why would he
say.
need to build one if he could just spit them?
That's also right. Yes. Um so then Bruce goes to see the guy's wife and he's basically just like, "Hey, I'm a visionary. I'm a revolutionary. Like don't worry about it. I'm not going to force myself on you." Then proceeds to do so. But luckily he is interrupted by his like second in command guy and he's like, "Hey, I found this guy is like resisting to me um taking him hostage. Like what am I supposed to do?" And Bruce is just like, "Just start killing people. Like I don't give a shit."
Yeah,
Um
dumbass. What kind of
yeah,
fucking
hello.
mercenary are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Spit a bomb
And
at him.
this is when he finds out that the guy who was singing earlier is dead and like all of the guy's stuff, they were like explosives and whatnot. All of his stuff is gone. And Bruce is basically like, okay, somebody's seen Die Hard and is now die harding us in this situation. So he gets over the intercom and is like, "Hey, I don't know who you are, but turn yourself in now and give me my stuff back."
Yeah, give me my explosives.
And the peacekeeper is like, "Okay, say less." And he just like blows them up around the place. So basically, Bruce can't get his hands on the explosives again. Um, Bruce is having all of the so he's taken hostage all of the other peacekeepers who have been like patrolling and like running this like colony, and he has all of the scientists that are there like all in the lab doing experiments like related to explosive warfare. They call it something else, but I don't know. I don't know a lot about the government, so um Bruce calls Earth and is basically just like, "Hey, I do actually have bombs, and if I wanted to, I could level 4 continents in a blink of the eye." And Earth is like, "Okay, why would you want to do that though?" And Bruce is like, I don't know, but what I do know is that you guys have control of this planet called Stellar 9, and it's a planet with life on it, but it's a little less evolved than Earth. Like I assume it's people. They don't say that, but he's like, "So I want it because I think he like essentially wants to like just like be able to take over uh this earth without resistance and like make this like utopia for artists or whatever the fuck it is that he wants to do." And Arthur's like
Does he say that? I
like
couldn't
he
know. I missed whatever his like plan was. I just assumed it was generic bad guy shit.
It
Same.
is it is all vague because, like, the only hints that we get that he thinks that he's some kind of revolutionary is because he literally says to the peacekeeper's wife, like, "I'm a revolutionary. I have all these, like, grandiose ideas." I think that he wants this earth so that other people won't tell him what to do and they can just, like, party all the time.
That's
So,
a
like,
good plan.
but also the lowest stakes possible for what he's doing or threatening to do. Like, I'm gonna blow up the earth because I want a party planet, so give it to me.
I I do
Hard.
like the idea though that at least it seems like the government gets slightly better in the future because like I feel like if you were like, hey, if you don't give me this, I'm gonna blow up 4 continents. Now the U.S. would just be like, well, what 4 continents?
Let's negotiate.
Yeah, can it
Who's
just be
going?
the ones that aren't us, and then who gives a shit? Blow up the rest of them.
Yeah, well, I hate to break this to you, but the government actually does not get better because, well, okay, let's see, let's see.
I mean, I'm
Um,
upset if it's worse than it is now.
Right, right. So, yeah, so he's like, "Give me this planet and I'm not gonna blow you up." And the Earth is like, "Okay,
Pretty
listen
good trade.
though." It seems fine, right? But the Earth is like, "Hey, we need that planet because we're really overpopulated here. So we're sending our people to that planet to like deal with that." And like, who's to say we don't give you this planet and you don't just blow us up anyway? And he's like, um, well,
That was my
you
plan, so fuck.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
basically just
shit.
like, "Well, you decide. Toodaloo," and he hangs up. So then there's like this other guy who is like the chief operator of the world or something of the government, and he's like, "I want to go up there." And the other Earth guy who was like sweaty and like talking to the Peacekeeper earlier, was like, I don't think that's a good idea, bro. Like, he's crazy. He's spitting bombs out of his mouth. Like, I think you should stay here. And that guy's like, no, I was the one that trained the Peacekeeper and I need to go help and it's my duty to like stand up for the Earth. And the guy's like, I mean, I don't give a shit. Go ahead. See ya. So he goes.
I would have been like, spitting bombs.
Yeah. No thanks.
Actually, I will stay here.
Yeah, I'm busy that day.
About this.
This movie's like 20 minutes. They're just like, nah, fuck it. He can spit bombs. Let him have it.
Like, I think cut our losses here. Just let him do whatever. The Peacekeeper guy has just been crawling around in the vents again this whole time. And I wrote a bunch of guys are from Brooklyn apparently, and they're fighting.
Oh, yeah. It's unfortunate that, like, all of these dumbass billionaires we have now are just like, I saw Terminator 2, and you know what? The movie taught me AI pretty cool. Instead of seeing
I
this
want a
movie
robot murderer
and being like, what if we just made people that could spit bombs?
Yeah, it's sad. But
Do
the future
that
is so
instead.
sad.
Why couldn't they watch something like Project Metal Beast and give us like a werewolf with steel skin?
Go watch Tetsuo and just make everybody made out of scrap metal.
Yeah. There are
Yeah.
so many good ideas.
It's not hard.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's not hard.
Make a werewolf, give him a metal skin suit
Yeah.
and
come
a
on.
rocket launcher.
Elon Musk, people would actually like you
Yep.
if you did
That's
that.
fair. Yeah.
Turn yourself into scrap metal.
I'm down with that.
I promise people will start saying you're good at video games.
Yeah. They'll be
that's
like,
true.
wow, he was so good at Diablo 4 that one time.
Because like he pretty much would be a video game at that point. So
His Elden Ring build wasn't dog shit at all.
okay, so the guys from Brooklyn are fighting. The two guys from Brooklyn are fighting each other.
Hey, they're walking here.
Yep, they literally are.
Oh.
Right off. The Peacekeeper comes in from the vents and fights a bunch of them and frees a bunch of the guys, and they escape through the vents. The last guy is like, "Aren't you coming with us?" And he's like, "No, I have other things to do," like whatever. And then that guy's killed anyway, and I was like, "Damn, should have just went through the vent, my guy."
Yeah.
So the guy from the Earth that was like, "I must protect the Earth," shows up, and he basically pretends to be like a cargo ship that's trying to do like a food drop. And Bruce is like, "Oh yeah, let that guy come. Then kill him and steal the stuff." And so that's like the thing that they're gonna do. But when the like evil henchman like shows up, the Earth guy just essentially like kills him and starts like fighting with a bunch of people, including Bruce and his second in command. But they end up they like have outnumbered him, and so they capture him, and he's all bloody and stuff. Bruce, by talking to this Earth Commander guy, has figured out who the Peacekeeper is, and so he gets on the thing on the horn, and he's like, "Hey, guy, in the vents, I know who you are, and I've got your Earth Commander, and so if you don't come out here, I'm gonna kill him." And the Earth Commander is like, "Hey, don't do that." And so the Peacekeeper's like, "Okay, I won't." And then the Earth Commander gets killed.
You know
Damn.
what? Like,
Riveting.
You could have seen it coming.
I like the thing that could have put this movie to us, like, a solid like 2.5 stars for me is if like Bruce Campbell was just more over the top. Like, if he was playing the bad guy in like a way that he was like he kind of does like Ash, where it's just very like stupid and over the top, I would have been way more on board because it would be less boring at least.
Yeah, he's kind of phoning it in on this one, I felt like.
Yeah. Yeah, so not for nothing, the Peacekeeper is sad that guy's dead. And he was important to Earth, I guess. So he was basically like, he called Earth again and was like, "Hey, that guy died immediately. I'm sorry." Earth was like, bro, he was important. Couldn't you have done anything to save him? And the Peacekeeper's like, no, he told me not to comply with Bruce, so I didn't. I'm, sorry. Bruce talks to the science people, and he goes in there and he's like all bloody from the fight or whatever, and the guy's like, what happened to you? And he goes, this is like such a alarming thing to say, in my opinion. He says, don't worry, all my vital organs are intact. Okay.
Normal response.
Cool, I guess. And so this is when there's like a scene where like the Earth is talking to themselves about like what they're gonna do about the situation, and this is when they decide that they would rather just blow up Dome 4 and sacrifice all of the innocent civilians, including a large number of scientists, than comply with Bruce's demands. So that's what they're gonna do.
Smart.
Great. Yeah. I guess that it's better than letting them blow up a bunch of continents, but like not really by that much.
I disagree.
Okay.
If you like, I mean, 4 is just barely over half. Like,
Well,
that
and
seems
to be
fine.
fair, they're blowing up like
If one of those
however
Antarctica, like no one's there except that Starbucks.
the one Starbucks. And I mean, I guess like they're saying there's like 40 civilians in Dome 4, along with however many people are with Bruce. But so I guess, but like I'm not gonna say I agree with them.
Look, based on this movie, I would have sacrificed all these people because they all seem miserable.
He should have just blown up the Earth, to be honest.
So, yeah, you can do it now for all I care.
Yeah. The Peacekeeper's wife is mean to Bruce. It calls him like a coward and whatnot, and he's basically just like, what, I'm gonna need. He basically is like, I'm gonna go to this like new world that I'm creating. Like, why don't you come with me? Like, I'm in need of a wife, and she's like, I'm married already, and he's like, yeah, but I don't see your husband around.
Not on the new planet, you're not.
Yikes. This is when like the Peacekeeper is like, finally like comes forward to confront Bruce, but like there's like a pane of glass between them, so when he like jumps out, Bruce like grabs his wife and then tries to shoot at him, but it just breaks the glass and he runs anyway. And so basically he's like running and they're like fighting guys for like kind of a while. There's fighting happening. Then like randomly it cuts back to like the time, like everything is settled again for some reason, and Bruce continues to harass that guy's wife and is like, I don't think this is the scene, but there's like one scene where he's like licking her neck and he's like, your skin tastes like lingonberry, and I was like, what the fuck?
I missed that completely.
That was like the first time he does it, and I was like, who wrote this?
I'm going to IKEA.
Mean? Literally, I do like lingonberry, but what a weird and specific thing to say.
I like to assume he just like improv that.
I think he probably did that, along with "Don't worry, my vital organs are intact." Like that's not a human. Like whatever.
Next time I'm like, when you like go to work and people are just like, "How was your weekend?" I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, my vital organs are still intact."
I mean, I think
someone's gonna be like, "You saw Assault on Dome 4, didn't you?"
Yeah.
And then you'll be best friends.
I'm like, oh god, I gotta quit.
Yeah, I feel like that invites more questions than it answers to say to somebody, in my opinion.
I'm gonna do it at least once.
Okay, I would like to hear it.
Like next time I'm at like the grocery store, just some like old lady starts talking to me. She'll probably be like, "Yep, not me."
Not mine. Yeah, literally. I'm on dialysis. No, that's bad.
I had
Sorry.
All of my lungs removed.
Yep. Pretty
all
much.
3.
Then I walked uphill in the snow to school. It was fine.
You had to walk up that hill to get the lungs removed.
Well, at least you had them on the way up, because I feel like that's like the harder of the.
You don't need them on the way down. You can just roll.
Literally, exactly. Okay, yeah. Bruce is harassing that guy's wife again, and basically is like, "Hey, says to the Peacekeeper, "If you don't
He
stop
probably is probably not stoked that we just keep Bruce Campbell was like assaulting this guy's wife again.
I know. I'm sorry, if you're gonna be in a movie, you have to
Look,
like
if you're in a
it
movie and
reflects
it's not Evil Dead, you're just Bruce Campbell to us.
Yeah.
like I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so Bruce is like, "Listen, Peacekeeper, if you don't stop messing with me, I'm gonna cut your wife open. I'm gonna eat her heart with a spoon."
Oh yeah.
Weird. I bet that's gonna
Yeah.
be really difficult.
I don't
Also
yeah,
sounds not good.
no,
Yeah.
sounds bad. But again, I'm just like, he just is like saying off the wall shit. Okay, so I wrote, okay, science achieved. So like Bruce basically had like the scientist refocused on taking all of the science stuff that they have and building like a super bomb, I guess. And so that has happened at this point. And now the peacekeepers like trying to call Earth and being like, "Help, help." And Earth will not answer because they are like doing a
The worst.
countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally actually. They're doing the countdown to like blow up Dome 4. So the president or of Earth or whoever that guy's supposed to be is just like literally fucking sweating bullets and
John
like
Earth.
watching this countdown. John Smith hyphen Earth.
Yeah,
And
John Smith Earth, King of Earth.
um the bomb, Bruce's mega bomb has been armed. The Peacekeeper's still just like crawling around in the vents and shit. And he's able to like knock out a bunch of like Bruce's guys that are left. Bruce tries to lure him out by using his wife. Eventually, he does come out and they start fighting in slow mo. They fight and wrestle, and they're like trying to gouge out each other's eyes and whatnot. Um, as they're wrestling, the Peacekeeper gets a hold of the detonator to the massive bomb, and they like stand off across the hall from each other. Bruce has like a gun, and he's got the detonator, and he's um, like, "I'm gonna detonate everything if you shoot me." Which if I was Bruce, I would just fucking shot him because like, there's no way he's gonna blow up him and his wife on that planet.
Right.
But he's basically like, Bruce is like, "Hey, okay, listen, I don't really want to fight with you anymore. I'm trying to just like chill out and have fun, right? So why don't you give me the detonator? I will destroy
It's the
it."
weekend.
Literally, it's like 4:30 on a Friday, my guy. I'm not trying to be dealing with this. He's like, "I will destroy it. I'll leave. I'll go to my planet, and like it'll be chill." And the Peacekeeper like I don't know, like, doesn't really believe him because he's like, "Well, like, if I just, like, give this to you, you're just like, what's to say you won't leave and detonate it anyways?" And he's just like, "Well, I am a villain, so probably
He
the
said, "Great
chances are
question.
pretty
Moving
good."
on."
They, like, wrestle again, maybe, I don't really know, but e eventually, like, Bruce gets the detonator and he's got the gun, and he's basically just like, "Yeah, you were totally right about how I was gonna just, like, leave and then detonate the bomb. Isn't that silly?" But luckily
How crazy!
woo, wacky! Luckily, the Peacekeeper, when he was attacked by those random inmates earlier and got that switchblade, still has the switchblade. So he throws it and it sticks into Bruce's arm, causing him to shoot the Peacekeeper in the leg. And it seems like it hurt a lot because
Yeah, this
he,
was not a great idea.
no. Meanwhile, his wife is like knocked out on the floor behind him. So she could have easily just got like murdered, but it's fine. Um, So, yeah, he gets shot in the leg. Bruce leaves with the detonator, gets in a spaceship, flies off or whatever. And he's like, "Hee hee, I have won. I'm going to detonate this bomb." And so he clicks it and hears beeping from within the spaceship itself because they moved the big ass bomb into his getaway spaceship. And he goes, "Oh, geez, you kill me." And then laughs super crazy.
That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I can't even do the laugh that he did. It was very crazy. And then he gets exploded.
Like the rest of the movie should have been that level of performance from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like we didn't really need multiple scenes of him like being creepy to this woman. Like he should have just been crazy like the whole time
Yeah.
and not um so he's exploded. He's dead. R.I.P. Um this is when the peacekeeper calls Earth and is just like, "Hey, we're cool up here." And the Earth is like, "Okay, cool. We're not gonna blow you up anymore." And so then it like cuts back to the peacekeeper being like on trial, and he's like, "Yeah, so that's what happened. So like you can charge me with all this stuff, but I was just like doing my job, and also you tried to blow me up. So P.S. You're welcome for all the stuff that I did." And then he just like walks out, and it's the end of the movie.
Yep. Pretty bad.
That's it. So that was like 20 minutes of
Imagine being in court, like you're standing in court, and the judge like asks how you plead. And you're like, "Look, this world wouldn't be the same without me, okay? And I know you fucking love me." And then you walk out.
yeah, you're just like, "You're welcome for a job well done. Goodbye." I don't know. So
Bound to
yeah,
work.
yeah. Pretty boring for the most part.
Yeah,
Certainly a movie.
can't really recommend this one, which is a bummer because like this is kind of that prime era where Kit and I are usually pretty on board with the Sci-Fi Channel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 1996. This should have been way better.
Yeah.
And like not for nothing, like I definitely understand why they cast Bruce as the villain because like he was a little more closer to his like over the top performance in this versus like his straight man. But I do a little bit feel like it was a misstep to not make him the main
th-
character.
This would have been unwatchable if Bruce Campbell wasn't in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Um but like they've squandered him in this movie also because like sure there were some standout things from him for sure, but like he wasn't written like his character wasn't written super well, and like I don't know, like the hero guy was so bland. I don't know. I feel like
Well, so I know this like isn't a complete list because I know some things on Letterboxd are listed under like sci-fi, like the SYFY. Some are just like regular Sci-Fi Channel or whatever. But on this list, that's just like the newer name for Sci-Fi Channel. This is the third movie produced, and so like I could cut it a
Damn.
little slack because they had not really figured out where they were going with shit like fucking Bone Eater and
Yeah. They hadn't created Mansquito yet.
yeah, Sharkman and shit. So
yeah.
they
Yeah.
hadn't even done fucking Shadow of the Blair Witch.
Yeah. That's like when they really took off, to be honest.
Man, there's some real garbage on here we got cover. There's a fucking Thor movie. This looks like absolute trash.
Well,
Rise of the Gargoyles. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, it bangs. It's a fucking Nazis create gargoyles or something. It's crazy.
But like honest, like one of the worst trends right now that I see on Letterboxd, and I especially see on Tubi, is these like older movies where they're putting just like garbage modern like CGI poster art over it.
Eric
Like
Balfour's in that. Dang.
like
Sorry.
Visual Vengeance has been doing that where I'm like the fucking original VHS posters for these like shitty SOV movies are so much cooler than this like dog shit you're putting on Tubi to try like
Yeah.
I would not watch the movies based on the poster on Tubi, but when I see them on Letterboxd, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, this looks cool as hell. But then I go over, it's just like the worst, like borderline AI looking garbage movie posters.
Yeah. Well,
All right. So the Oscars happened.
oh,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I was watching wrestling.
Yeah. Kit's favorite wrestler Ronda Rousey showed up.
So mad. It happens like 30 minutes into the show too. It's like, bro, give me like 2 hours before you make me regret spending $40 on this. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's cool. Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler won Oscars, but everything else I fucking give a shit else about.
I like that Jack O'Connell wore his fangs That shit was
Oh
sick.
yeah, I saw that. I mean, like, I like Paul Thomas Anderson. I just haven't seen any of his movies since like The Master, so I have no idea. But by the time I went to bed, I was like, man, they're really gonna fucking shut out Sinners, aren't they? And then they won a couple at least. But it's fucking nuts to be like the most like nominations for any movie ever, and then they get like 3.
Yeah. Like the fuck?
I'm just glad at least fucking Michael B. Jordan beat out Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Cause like how like I get it. Like you guys think he's the greatest actor. How many fucking times are you gonna try to give him a fucking acting award?
Well, never mind. I can't get into Leonardo DiCaprio right now.
Yeah, you can. You love him.
No, so unfortunate.
So much promise until he turned into a weird creep.
Yeah, until he became an adult, which like unfortunately just like happens. I think that like some of his earlier movies, I think that he's like genuinely very good. Back when he was getting like roles that were all different things, but now he's just like, I mean, that happens with so many actors, right? Where now they're just like the same person in every single movie, and I'm like, it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, I mean, like Kid, have you seen One Battle?
Yeah.
Like
It's-
oh god.
No, I was gonna say I thought it was real good.
Yeah, I mean, like I love Paul Thomas Anderson, so I will get to it at some point. And like I assume Leo's actually good at it, but I hit like a
Yeah.
point with some people where, I mean, you know, like how many times you gonna fucking nominate Timothy Chalamet and to
Sure.
like not give it to him and shit? And it's just like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know,
It's
like
like the
they're-
same thing with PTA where he's nominated a whole bunch and now he wins it this year, which is clearly a make good. And it's like maybe you should have given it to him one of the other years so you could
Yeah.
give this one to Sinners. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
it's fucking
I don't know,
baffling
award
to
shows
me
are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
how many times the Oscars especially will be like best director and best picture are different movies,
Different
and I'm
things.
like, how the fuck
Yeah.
does that make sense?
You directed the shit out of that not great movie. Like, what?
Yeah.
What
So,
do you
I mean,
mean?
if that's the case, nominate like fucking Death Toilet.
Yeah.
Nominate something good.
Hey, shout out
look at-
Amy Madigan, Aunt Gladys,
Man,
forever.
the worst part of that movie for me. Like, I don't have a problem with her as an actor, but I am out on Weapons once that like Aunt Gladys shows up. I don't know why, just nothing about her character. I know everyone else loves her, but I was like, once you get past fucking dude running at him at the gas station, I'm kind of out on the rest of the movie. But
Yeah, fair.
whatever.
Oh, so
You
you
know,
hate women.
I'm glad she
Okay.
at least
Great.
finally got an Oscar. Yeah, I do. Why do you think my
Yeah,
the fucking running time episode where I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck Raw, and then dip out?
you did say that. Yeah. I'm seeing a trend here.
I say,
Yeah, I
between
mean-
between that and me hating the bride, this has become
Yeah. That's
a
true.
bastion for misogynists.
We're turning
That's
into a
right.
Manosphere podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. So pivot.
Wow. So it's slippery sloped so fast. Here we are. Yeah, I don't ever like watch award shows. I actually didn't really even know that it was happening, or like every time it happens, I'm like, didn't it just happen? But like obviously, of course, I'm like happy to see more like horror spaces being like recognized because hello, like what do you mean? But you know, congratulations, I guess. Unless you suck, in which case, no congratulations. There you go. That's what
Yeah.
I have to say about it.
Still upset. The Tom Green documentary did win Best Documentary. All right.
What won the
I don't know, some shit I've never heard of and didn't watch. So
Oh, okay.
I honestly, like, this year I had like almost zero interest, other than I was like, I'm gonna be so mad if like Sinners doesn't win anything after they
Yeah.
nominate,
Yeah.
because they've done that before where they've been like, this movie got 15
Look at all the
nominations and then
nominations. Nothing.
didn't fucking give them a single one. So I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, Katie, did you watch anything this week?
That's always the question, isn't it?
Besides Jag?
Oh my
Fucking
god.
old lady.
I didn't pick Jag, and it's so fucking boring.
Well, stop
It's-
watching it.
Well, I'm not the one that picked to watch it, and to be honest with you, I've just started reading during it, so I don't really care.
Still
Does
watching
But
Jack
90 Day
stand for Jets
Fiance.
and Guns?
Yes.
huh?
And it's somehow still boring. He asked if it's for
Uh,
jets and guns.
Actually, yeah. It actually really does. I'm confused. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to talk. I'm not gonna spend
That
time
like
talking about it. But
I've watched like I before like streaming shit really came along. Like I watched like CSI and some of that kind of like more like procedural type shit. And something about Jag and NCIS, I'm like, this just looks like shit that you have to be 70 to enjoy for some reason.
I mean, I will say, like, we did not finish NCIS, but we watched a lot of seasons of that, and like, it is a pretty good because, like, I would say, CSI is like a very serious, for the most part, serious normal show. NCIS was like a pretty good mix of like serious and like stuff that they thought was like serious but was like edgy to the point where it was like goofy, so it was like entertaining because it was funny. Jag is like extremely very serious, but it's also like way older.
Uh,
Like
uh, I'm looking at the cast, and this cast just all looks like knockoffs of other actors. And
yeah,
like it looks like one of those shows that like should have been airing at like 2 a.m. on like TNT with like Jack of all trades with Bruce Campbell and shit.
yeah. So I
Just
mean,
playing after Baywatch reruns.
yeah, we've only watched like we're not even like halfway through the first season, so I'm sort of
Oh my
hoping that
god.
maybe I know.
You're gonna
I'm sort
die.
of I'm sort of hoping that it'll like pick up a little bit maybe, but like it is the thing that I can't stand. I know that this is like a woman hating podcast now, but the thing that I can't stand about like CSI, NCIS, Jag, I don't know why I said it like that.
Jig.
Is that like the undertone of NCIS was a spin-off of Jag. That makes so much
Oh
sense.
god, now you're gonna have to watch all that too.
Well, we've watched most of NCIS, so
Well,
but
in like 9 more seasons, you can finally get back to it.
I know. We the thing that like really gets me about it is that like Jag specifically has so much like political stuff in it, like political and Navy like jargon and like it's just so like I feel like you really have to actually understand a lot about the structure of the Navy to like understand what's happening most of the time because they're like saying all of these things and I'm like I don't know what any of this means. What are you talking about? But they're majorly focused around like their main character who's a man who is like literally just like like everybody's just like, "Oh, he's the best thing that ever existed and he doesn't make mistakes and you're just misunderstanding like the thing." I don't know. It's just like barf. I don't know. Sorry. That
Oh
was
yeah, sounds good.
yeah. So we'll see. I don't know.
Good show.
So like I said earlier, I was like I'm so relieved to not be watching Bones anymore, but this we'll see what happens. We might have to
You
skip
just
it.
somehow went to something that seems way more boring.
Yeah, and like to be fair, like obviously I love like older I don't know because this is like the point of this show is that it's like serialized, so it's like there's no continuity really except for some of the characters, but it's like their Jag is a lawyer, and so he's like going. So the show starts with like a murder, and then they go to investigate like what happened, and so like that's pretty much the show. Like I like shows like that. Obviously, I love Columbo, and I know people think that Columbo and Matlock are boring, but I love both of those shows. And so this is like essentially the same, but I think that the problem for me is that the main character guy is just like a paper plate person. Like he has actually no like
Yeah, he looks like the
personality
blandest
at
white
all,
person I've ever seen.
but he's just like the quintessential like every single person that he encounters like thinks he's charming and thinks he's capable and overlooks like the female character because she's a girl and like it's just like I just like don't know. I don't know if I have it in me, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. And then we just started the second to last season of Vampire Diaries. So that's pretty much what I've got going on.
All right. What about you, Kit? What terrible
watch-
TV show are you watching?
What terrible TV show am I watching? I don't know that I'm watching any TV show. I gotta pick back up X-Files.
Yeah.
I was doing nightly watches and I got to one of the episodes that everyone says is one of the best episodes. And I was like, well, I don't want to watch that when I'm not paying attention. And I just don't pay attention to anything for months at a time. So I'm waiting.
So it goes.
Other than that, I watched Remote Control,
Hell yeah.
the fucking 80s alien movie starring
Yeah.
what's his name? The goofy looking guy from fucking Entourage. Kevin Dillon, that guy.
Yeah. I was
Oh.
like, who? Like, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Yeah. But yeah,
I
that's pretty
will-
good.
I will say one last thing about Jag. I will say at least it's like back in that era where there's like people who are like guest starring that like were not big at the time. Like the guy from like the main dude from Office Space was like one of the dudes in it. Obviously very young. But I was like, okay.
Not. Who's the main guy from Office Space? Oh,
I don't know his name.
yeah, that dude who was in like fucking everything in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
Ron something?
Livingston?
Burgundy.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
I
say
wish
Sex
Ron
in the City,
Burgundy.
but I'm sure Katie has not watched Sex in the City.
I have not.
Yeah. I unfortunately have seen all of the original series, none of the reboot stuff or return stuff. All right. I watched A Polish Vampire in Burbank from 1983, and it fucking rocks.
Strong name.
It's one of the ones Vinegar Syndrome, I think, did like a screening of that is on Tubi, and it's like a comedy where one of the characters is just like essentially a Halloween decoration skeleton that talks. So that shit
Me?
rocks. Yes. I also watched Zombies: The Beginning from 2007, which is somehow a Bruno Bataille movie, and it is terrible. But
Shocked to hear that.
it's like it is like somehow one of the worst looking movies I've ever seen, but also I was like fascinated the entire time I watched it because it's like all shot digital, but is still produced in the same way that like 70s Italian movies are done, where it doesn't seem like they did any on-set audio, so everything is dubbed badly. It's fucking baffling. But I would recommend go watch it. I think that's pretty much it. I rewatched Manborg, and then I rated a movie called Recoil that I had watched like 4 years ago when Katie and I were like looking at stuff on Letterboxd today, and I was like, "Wait, I watched this. Why didn't I rate it?" It's a movie where Stone Cold Steve Austin and Danny Trejo are killers trying to exact revenge on each other. Somehow that is bad,
Well, it happens.
or mostly just boring.
Yeah.
All right, Katie, want to shout out?
Jag.
Yeah.
Jagged Little Pill.
Oh, you know what? Actually, so true.
Good call.
Jagged Little Pill.
Good call.
My shout out is Kit because he's cool.
Oh.
Is he?
Yep.
News
hard
to
disagree,
me.
but
what do you want to shout out, Kit? What do you want to shout out, Kit?
I'll do two. We'll do Fort Bragg Cartel, which I started reading, and it's fucking insane about the Delta Force and how everyone's just fucking coked out of their mind at all times and they don't sleep and they just assassinate like 100 people a day.
Oh.
It's deranged. There's a story about one of the operators that the book is mostly focused on. He had a dog, and his girlfriend at the time came over and met it. And when he fed it, it didn't have teeth, and she asked what happened to its teeth. He said, "Oh, it had metal dentures put in whenever it was active duty, so it could murder people, and I would feed it brains, after it killed people. And once he got out of service, we just took his metal teeth out, so it wouldn't be a danger to people.
Damn,
Great.
I want metal teeth.
Yeah.
There's the dentures connection.
Yep, there you go. We
Insane.
got
Yeah,
it.
dentures. Got it. And then this podcast, we're almost at 400 episodes. Go
my
us.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about good shit soon after this episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout out Steven Kostansky's Patreon thing, where he's been doing these episodes where he interviews other special effects artists, and
sounds
they're
great.
very fun. Well, because they're all video, but he started. I think someone was just like, "Hey, is there any way we get just the audio of these?" So he started to just do the audio where you can listen to it on podcast players and shit.
Yeah.
And they're very fun because there's one episode where it's just I can't remember which special effects artist it was, but they discuss both of them meeting on Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, which is some of their both of their maybe first kind of professional outside of stuff for themselves jobs.
Mhm.
And it's just
There's a reason
really
I like that
interesting.
show.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear them talk about just early day special effects stuff. But then there's an episode where it's just him and this other guy just talking about toys they've bought. And Kostansky goes on for 20 minutes about the insane line of alien toys that happened, where it would be a rhino xenomorph, a panther xenomorph.
Yeah, those things
and
are so fucking cool.
It's that episode was very fun. So go check out Kostansky's Patreon. I think it's just called Kostansky's Crypt. It's
With a
pretty
K.
sick. And he posts a bunch of behind the scenes shit of his movies that rocks. There's a collection on here called The Blump Dongo Chronicles, which you need.
Yeah, absolutely I do.
All right, I don't know what we're doing next. I have to move, so we're gonna take 2 weeks off before we get into good shit. That'll also give us time to find good shit, because Katie and I were talking earlier, and I was like, every movie I want to do is not streaming, so we will figure that out. But we'll be back I don't know, in April, because I gotta move the last weekend of fucking March, and I am ready to be done with this shit. But good news is I don't have to pay any rent for April, so that rocks.
Woohoo!
All right. If you'd like to support us, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/hypesufferpodcast. Right now, you can listen to an episode Katie and I recorded about Vera Drew's The People's Joker, which is a banger. Spoiler.
Yeah.
It's on Tubi. Go watch it. You can leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to these, probably. Don't comment on anything on our YouTube. That is strictly for people from the Philippines.
Yeah, that's a space for them, okay?
Who could complain that they don't know how subtitles work for some reason.
Yeah. Well,
or that Katie doesn't understand snakes.
right. Yes. A fact that I blatantly said, and yet I'm still getting
Yeah. I don't know. Katie's got a snake that lives
punished.
in a tree, so I think Katie
Oh my
understands
God.
snakes pretty well.
Oh my God. Literally, I was standing in the window, looking out, and I saw it. It is just a black racer. Okay. I understand that it's not harmful to me and it's good for our yard, but I'm standing there, looking out the window, just minding my own business. And all of a sudden I just see it slither across the yard. And I was like, it scared me.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's probably gone now.
I don't know.
If the wind's knocking over trees.
Oh, well, that's actually fair.
Maybe
he's
it went to
probably-
hang out in the tree that's just knocked down now.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's
he's
thank God, a low tree.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
He's
how hard it was to get in this fucking tree?
He finally got to the top and was like, oh, dang.
Yeah, fuck.
You could follow us on Instagram at IPSufferPodcast. You can follow Kate at Hidden Kitstery and Kitchification of Blood. You can follow Katie at Werewolfface. Enjoy Katie's Patreon at patreon.com/werewolfface. You can listen to my other podcast, AK Movie Club. All right. I hope. No, wait, I can't say that.
I hope you fat cocks.
Yeah, I hope you Duke Nukem's fat bankromat. I was gonna say I hope you get assaulted on Dome 4, but I don't know if that's
Yeah, no.
I don't remember anything. I hope you can spit bombs.
I hope you mouth bomb.
Yeah. I hope you get blown up by a mouth bomb, but why?
Hell yeah.
Kind of like a bath bomb.
Oh.